Hi everyone, it's Karen here from www.gethookedupcrochet.com. Otherwise, you know me on social media as @hookedupcrochet. Today, we're making the Cross My Heart beanie. I released this design in December of 2018, but I've recently updated the pattern and I've decided to make a video to go along with it. Now, throughout this video, I'm going to recommend that you pause it at certain spots just so it goes faster and that way you can catch up to where I'm at. So let's get our materials and get to making. I'm going to be using my size L crochet hook, and this is from my interchangeable hook set that I got from the Hook Nook. You can find an affiliate link for it and this item in the information box. So you will need your scissors, measuring tape, yarn needle, and stitch markers. I love how this is all in one. It's perfect. Now, the yarn I'm using is Loops and Threads Charisma Sorbet. You can find it at Michael's or online. It's a size 5. If you want to use a different yarn, that's perfectly okay. I did use 1.5 skeins to create an adult size beanie. So just keep that in mind if you want to replace. Start off making the band on this beanie. We're going to make a slip knot, insert our hook, and chain 8. So here we go. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the second chain from the hook, we're going to work 1 slip stitch in each stitch across, leaving us with 7 slip stitches. And you want to make sure you maintain a looser tension while doing this. You don't want to do it too tightly. So here I am, I'm just working my way across, just working my slip stitches. And here's number 7. Now, you're going to chain 1 and turn. And for the rest of the band pattern or brim pattern, you're going to work 1 slip stitch in the front loop only, all the way across, chain 1 and turn. I really like the way a slip stitch band looks. It's very stretchy. But if you don't feel comfortable doing a slip stitch style band, you can substitute a single crochet in the front loop only. But I really love the way this looks, and I love the stretch of it. You just need to maintain a looser tension and you should be fine. It does take a little bit longer to create, so I will recommend here in a minute that you pause the video because we're going to make this brim 19 inches long for an adult size beanie. So you want to keep working until your brim reaches 19 inches long. So this is what it looks like, and just keep going. We'll come back, I'll show you how to connect the ends. Okay, as you can see here, I've reached my desired length, which is 19 inches long, unstretched. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these 2 ends together to meet, and I'm going to slip stitch the 2 ends together. So I have my 2 ends lined up. And now I'm going to chain 1. Sorry about that. And now what I like to do is go through each stitch one at a time. So there's the first stitch on this side. And it can be a little tricky sometimes. So there's the first stitch on that side, and I'm going to pick up my other end and I'm going to go through that first one over here. And now I'm going to work a slip stitch. And I'm going to do that again all the way across. The second one on this side, second one on the other side, slip stitch, and that will result in 7 slip stitches connecting your band. Okay, as you can see here, I'm coming up to my last one. I'm going to slip stitch through both of those loops, and now my brim is connected. Now what you want to do is turn your brim right side out. To start round 1, you want to chain 1 and evenly space out half double crochet stitches along the top of your brim. Now for this pattern to work, you must end on a multiple of 6. And I get 54 half double crochet stitches for my adult size beanie. Now, after I make my first few half double crochet stitches, I like to go back and place a stitch marker around the second half double crochet of that row. It will come in handy for round 4. So continue working to evenly space out your half double crochet stitches. Just make sure you end on a multiple of 6. And like I said, for this adult size beanie, I will be doing 54 half double crochets. Okay, I'm coming up to the end of my round 1, and I'm just evenly spacing out my half double crochets like so. And when you get to the end of this round, you're going to slip stitch to complete this round. So you'll slip stitch to your first stitch. For rounds 2 and 3, you want to chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, slip stitching to your first stitch. Now you may want to pause the video here so you can catch up with me, and I'll show you what it looks like when rounds 2 and 3 are complete. To start round 4, you're going to go ahead and remove that stitch marker that we placed on round 1. So go ahead and grab that and move it out of the way. So now you're going to chain 1 and work a front post triple crochet around that second stitch from round 1. So there I am, I'm going to pinch it, and now I'm going to work a front post triple crochet right there. Now, working back on round 4, we're going to skip the first stitch and then work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So there's number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Now we're going to drop back down to round 1 and place a front post triple crochet next to the one that we previously made. So you're just going to yarn over, grab your post, then you're going to work your front post triple crochet like so. Now, staying on round 1, we're going to skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the next one, we're going to place another front post triple crochet. And this begins the pattern repeat. So there's my front post triple crochet. Now, working back on round 4, we're going to skip 2 stitches. So skip 2 stitches on round 4, 1, 2, and work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So there's number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Now you're going to drop back down to round 1 and place a front post triple crochet next to the one that you previously made. And I think you guys will be able to tell how the pattern repeats from here. So after we do this, we're going to stay on round 1, skip 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Work another front post triple crochet right there. So I'm going to work my front post triple crochet. And now, working back on round 4, we're going to skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So you're just going to repeat this pattern all the way around, and you're going to slip stitch to your first stitch. Okay, I'm coming up to the end of this round. Now, depending on how many stitches you have around is where you'll end on the pattern repeat. So, for example, I'm going to make another front post triple crochet right here. I'm going to skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So there's number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And my last stitch will be a front post triple crochet next to the one that we previously made. And that will end this round. So after you end, you're going to slip stitch to your first stitch. Rounds 5 through 7, you chain 1, work 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, slip stitching to your first stitch. So you may want to pause here to catch up. To start round 8, you're going to chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So here's number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Now we're going to drop down and work a front post quadruple crochet, connecting it to round 4, just like so. Now we're going to skip over 4 spaces, drop down again, and work another front post quadruple crochet, connecting it to round 4. Now from here, working back on round 8, we're going to skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So there's number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Now we're going to drop down and connect a front post quadruple crochet, connecting it to round 4. Now from here you'll be able to see the pattern repeat. We're going to skip over, work another front post quadruple crochet, connecting it to round 4. Then working back on round 8, we're going to skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. Number 3 and number 4. And now you're going to drop down again and connect a front post quadruple crochet, and you're just going to keep continuing to work this all the way around, and when we get closer to the end, I'll show you how to finish off this round. Okay, I'm coming up to the end of this round, so I'm working my single crochets, number 3, number 4. Now I'm going to drop down, connect my front post quadruple crochet to round 4, like so. Then from here I'm going to connect another front post quadruple crochet And then working back on round 8, you should be left with 2 stitches, and you're just going to skip those and slip stitch to your first stitch to complete this round. Rounds 9 through 11, you want to chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, slip stitching to your first stitch. So you may want to pause the video here so you can catch up with me, and I'll show you what it looks like when rounds 9 through 11 are complete. To start round 12, we are going to chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in the first stitch. So chain 1, single crochet. Now we're going to drop back down and work a front post quadruple crochet, connecting it to round 8. Now from here, we're going to skip over and connect another front post quadruple crochet to round 8, just like so. And now, working back on round 12, we're going to skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So there's number 2, yep, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to drop down again, connect a front post quadruple crochet. I bet you guys can already tell the pattern repeat. So from here, we're going to skip over again, connect a front post quadruple crochet, just like so. Now, working back on round 12, we're going to skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So you're just going to keep repeating this pattern all the way around, and when we get to the end of this round, I'll show you how to finish it off. Okay, I'm coming up to the end of this round. Here's number 3, number 4. Now I'm going to drop down, work a front post quadruple crochet, connecting it to round 8, just like so. And from here, I'm going to work another front post quadruple crochet, connecting it to round 8. And after you do this, you should have 3 stitches left on round 12, because you're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and you're going to work 1 single crochet in your last 3 stitches to complete this round. So I'm going to work 1, 2, and 3. Now you just slip stitch to your first stitch to complete round 12. Like before, rounds 13 through 15, you're going to chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, slip stitching to your first stitch. So you may want to pause the video here again, just so you can catch up with me, and I'll show you what it looks like when rounds 13 through 15 are complete. Okay, to start round 16, we are doing a direct repeat of round 8. So you're going to chain 1, work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. And then you're going to drop down and connect your front post quadruple crochet like before. So you can pause the video here or go back to round 8 to see what you need to do, but I'm going to go ahead and speed this part of the video up because as you continue on from here on out, you're going to be repeating rounds that you've already done. So like I said, round 16, do exactly like you did in round 8. Again, in rounds 17 through 19, we're going to chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, slip stitching to our first stitch. So you may want to pause the video here so you can catch up. When we come back, I'll show you what it looks like when you have rounds 17 through 19 completed. To start round 20, you're going to chain 1 and single crochet in your first stitch, and then you're going to drop back down and work a front post quadruple crochet. Now round 20 is a direct repeat of round 12. So you're going to do the same thing you did in round 12 for your round 20. So I'm just going to continue working this, and I'm going to speed up the video, and you can watch this or pause and try and catch up with me. But this is the exact same thing you do in round 12. 1 through 23, like before, you will chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, slip stitching to your first stitch. Now if you want to make your beanie a little bit taller, you're just going to repeat those rounds like in the pattern, but for me, I'm going to fasten off here using my scissors, and I'm going to show you how to close this beanie. It's a cinch style close. It's very easy. So you're going to cut off, leaving a longer tail. Now from here, I'm going to pull up a loop, and then I'm going to pull my long tail through it to create a knot. Now I'm going to thread my yarn needle like so. Now I'm going to take my yarn needle and work it back and forth through every single stitch all the way around the top of this beanie. And as you do this, you're going to want to pull it so it cinches closed. I'm coming up to the end. And as you can see, I'm going to pull it really, really tight. And a lot of times you'll be left with a little bit of a hole. So I just take the rest of my yarn that I'm using, threaded through my needle, and I'm just going to sew up that little hole. Very easy to complete this beanie. And when you're done, you're just going to stick the center of the needle down through the middle of the hat. And that's where I create my knot. And then eventually I'll trim off that extra yarn right there. But I definitely think this beanie needs a pom on it. If you haven't checked out my video about poms, go ahead and check that out. This is what my beanie looks like all the way done. I'm definitely going to add that pom and put my tag on it. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you follow me on social media. I would love to see your beanies. So tag me and use the hashtag #CrossMyHeartBeanie. I love seeing y'all's work. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon.